Ah, hello, everybody. So, as is my way, I have to go back a bit because I remembered something else that is a story worth telling. So, I was in Hawaii at age 12 and I encountered my first chicken hawk. Now, some of you may not know what they mean. A chicken hawk is a grown adult male who is attracted to young, sometimes illegally young men or boys, really. So I used to, and not just attracted to them, like tries to act on that attraction. What goes on in somebody's head is not really their fault, but if they try to act on it, then it is. So I used to take buses from Kaneohe to Hawaii pretty regularly, starting when I was 12. So I got on this one bus, and I don't think there was anyone on it when I got on. I sat near the bus driver, and he started asking me questions, which were inappropriate. He asked me, "So, have you ever drank alcohol?" I said, "Yeah." "Have you ever smoked pakalolo, meaning marijuana?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Have you ever taken pills?" I said, "A little bit. I think I'd already had a Valium at least." And then he said, "Have you ever sniffed paint?" And I said, "No." Apparently, sniffing paint is a thing in Hawaii. And he said, "Well, most boys your age have tried that stuff." So now I know. First of all, no, that's not really true. And secondly, thanks for making me think that I'm behind uh, my age range in experiences just because I had not sniffed paint yet. Oy. So, and then a group of women got on the bus and sat in the back. And he said, those aren't real women. And I looked, pretty much looked like women to me. I said, "How do you know?" He said, "I've been around." Mm-hmm. I mean, they were probably just trans women, which it was also my first experience with that. And then I asked him, "How do I get to such and such?" And he said, "Well, if you want, you can go to the beach." I said, "What do you mean? What?" And he said, "Just stay on the bus." And I said, "No, thank you." And then he said, "All right, you get off here, you go to that stop, get on this bus," and such normal, appropriate bus driver information. So and I told that story to a friend at school, a male friend, and he said, "Well, you should have stayed on the bus and seen what he had in store for you." This guy was the same, about the same age as me. And that was not good advice, by the way. Not good advice at all. So that was the first time. I was relentlessly hit on by chicken hawks for a long time. And then when I hit the age of about 25, it just stopped. I wasn't in their range. Every once in a while, a guy would still hit on me, but it was usually in a much less aggressive, less obnoxious way that didn't really bother me. But I was glad when all that aggression ended. And since then, of course, I've met lots of gay men who were good, decent people who have sex with men, not underage boys. But that didn't happen until well later. And I do think that some of the homophobia that young guys have does spring from the fact that they're most of the gay men they're most likely to meet are chicken hawks. I think that's the way it is. Yeah. I don't think it's homophobic to say that. And I remember one woman later said, guys don't realize that women have been getting hit on by men since they were 12. And I said, well, I've been getting hit on by men since I was 12. And I don't think she quite knew how to respond to that. Anyways, I think that's enough of that story. So good night again.